In life, we do not only speak with words, we speak through presence, and presence is power. Today, I share with you 7 silent habits of body language, subtle, yet powerful, not to dominate others, but to rise above the mental posture of fear, doubt, and smallness. To walk this path, I ask you to remember, predators move not with aggression, but with grounded certainty. Pawns, on the other hand, move only when told. Let us cultivate the posture of inner mastery, not outer show. Here are 5 daily habits that include 7 silent hacks to help you embody true presence, dear friends. The way you carry your body speaks volumes, even before a word escapes your lips. The spine is the foundation of your presence. It is the silent messenger that reveals the state of your mind and the depth of your spirit. When you stand with a straight spine, you are not merely correcting posture, you are declaring to the world that you are centered, grounded, and aware. You are embodying a mountain, solid, unwavering, and calm amidst the winds of chaos. This is the first step to radiating true power, because power does not come from forcing or pushing. It comes from balance and alignment. Imagine a mountain rising high without bending to the storms that rage around it. The mountain does not resist by fighting it, simply stands tall with quiet confidence. Its strength lies in its rootedness and its steady core. This is the essence of a spine held with intention. The spine aligned upright creates space inside the body, space for breath, for energy, for clarity. When your chest opens and your shoulders relax backward, you are inviting life to flow freely through you, not constricting it with fear or tension. The chest is the gateway of the heart, and when it collapses, it signals weakness, hesitation, and insecurity. It is not about arrogance, but about allowing your energy to expand naturally, without struggle. The head is the crown of your being. Your chin should neither tilt too high, as if to challenge, nor too low, as if to submit. It should be level, balanced, like a warrior, poised yet calm, ready to meet whatever comes without anticipation or avoidance. This subtle adjustment communicates inner strength and self-respect. Your mind and body are in harmony when your head is aligned with your spine. The eyes can then observe the world with clarity and presence, rather than distraction or doubt. When you carry yourself with this quiet power, you send a message not only to others, but to your own mind. You are training your nervous system to hold a state of calm alertness, rather than flight or freeze. The body is the vehicle of your mind, and when it is misaligned, it causes internal tension and mental chaos. Straightening the spine is an act of self-care, self-discipline, and respect. It teaches you to stand in your truth without apology and without aggression. It is the space where confidence is born, not from ego, but from acceptance of who you are. Many people live with a collapsed chest and hunched shoulders, unknowingly signaling to themselves and the world that they are small. It invites others to dominate or dismiss them. The power of presence is not in making yourself bigger, but in making yourself whole. The mountain does not try to be taller than the sky. It simply stands with the strength that is naturally its own. The way you hold your spine reflects how you hold your life. When you shrink in body, you shrink in spirit. And when you rise in posture, you rise in spirit. Breathing is deeply connected to posture. When the spine is straight, the breath can flow more deeply and evenly. This breath nourishes every cell in the body and helps to calm the mind. The breath becomes the bridge between the inner and outer world. When your chest is open and your spine upright, you create room for the breath to move freely. The breath then becomes a silent teacher, showing you the way back to your center whenever you lose your balance. Standing tall with a straight spine is not a stiff or rigid pose. It is a natural alignment that allows ease and fluidity within strength. You can be soft and strong at the same time, like bamboo that bends without breaking. The mountain may seem immovable, but it has patience, it has resilience, it waits for its time, and it endures all conditions. Patience with the unfolding of your path. When you practice standing like a mountain, you learn to listen to your body's subtle signals. You become aware of where you hold tension and where you resist flow. You learn to release what no longer serves and to welcome what supports your well-being. This practice becomes a meditation in motion, a daily reminder that your power comes from within, not from external validation or control. This habit is also a form of respect toward yourself. It is a daily vow to honor your body as the sacred temple that carries your spirit. It is a rejection of the smallness imposed by fear, by judgment, and by comparison. It is a commitment to rise in your own dignity, even when the world around you tries to pull you down. In this way, the spine becomes a symbol of your awakening, your readiness to meet life fully and with courage. When you stand with this awareness, you move differently. You carry a presence that is magnetic, not because you demand attention, but because you are fully present in your own being. This presence is the silent power that changes how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. So begin today to stand like a mountain, with your spine straight, your chest open, and your chin balanced, not as an act of vanity, but as an act of respect for your own life. This simple practice will ripple through your body, your mind, and your spirit, transforming how you move through the world and how the world moves through you. In the stillness of your posture, find your power. To move like water is to understand the essence of power in its purest form. Water does not rush or force its way, it flows with purpose and grace. It adapts to its surroundings yet remains steady in its course. Like a predator that waits patiently for the perfect moment to strike, it moves deliberately without haste or waste of energy. In this way, movement becomes an extension of the mind, calm, focused, and intentional. When you walk through life with the awareness of water, you learn to conserve your energy and express your strength without unnecessary tension or noise. Many people rush through their movements unaware of how this affects their presence. They hurry with restless energy, their steps scattered, their gestures frantic, their bodies betray their unsettled minds. This kind of movement sends a message of anxiety, uncertainty, and weakness. It is the movement of the pawn moved by external forces without control or awareness. To transform into a presence of power, you must train yourself to move with fluidity and precision, like a river that carves its path with quiet persistence. Each step you take should feel grounded and meaningful, as if the earth itself welcomes your arrival. The sound of your footsteps should not be loud or clumsy, but soft and confident, as if you carry the weight of your purpose within you. When you walk with intention, your body aligns with your mind, your breath, and your spirit. This alignment creates a harmony that others can sense, even if they cannot put it into words. Your energy becomes calm yet commanding, and this is the essence of silent power. Stillness is the companion of movement. The predator knows when to move and when to wait. The space between actions is where control lives. It is in the pause that power gathers and intention sharpens. When you learn to use stillness like a weapon, you are no longer controlled by your impulses or distractions. Instead, you become the master of your energy, able to respond rather than react. Many fear stillness because it reveals their inner turmoil or impatience. Yet stillness is the gateway to clarity and strength. When you cultivate the habit of pausing before you act, you create space for wisdom to arise. This pause is not weakness but the breath of strength. It allows you to connect with your center and choose your actions with full awareness. The ability to hold stillness in a world that demands constant movement is a sign of mastery. To move like water also means to adapt without losing your essence. Water flows around obstacles. It finds the path of least resistance. but does not lose its direction. It is flexible yet persistent, patient yet powerful. This balance is the secret to radiating power silently. It is not in forcing your will, but in flowing with the moment while maintaining your purpose. This way of movement can be practiced in daily life, in the way you walk, speak, or even stand. When you walk, let your steps be measured and calm, like a stream winding through the forest. When you speak, let your words flow naturally, without rush or hesitation. When you stand, let your body be relaxed, yet alert, ready to move with grace and precision. The habit of moving like water transforms not only your body but also your mind. It teaches you to let go of tension and control, to trust the natural rhythm of life, and to act from a place of centered calm. This trust is the foundation of true power because it frees you from the need to prove yourself or to control outcomes. Instead, you become like water, shaping your path with quiet confidence and unstoppable persistence. In martial arts, this principle is well known. Water is soft yet can overcome the hardest stone through patience and constant effort. The same is true in life. The power to influence others to achieve your goals comes not from force, but from the ability to adapt, persist, and act with calm determination. When you embody this principle in your body language, your presence becomes magnetic, drawing others to you, not because you demand it, but because you exude quiet strength. The practice of moving like water also requires awareness of your breath. This breath connects movement with intention and grounds your energy. When you inhale deeply, you prepare your body to flow. When you exhale fully, you release tension and resistance. This breathing supports your movements, making them smooth and effortless, like a river flowing freely without obstruction. Remember that true power is not in speed or volume, but in the quality of your presence. The way you move communicates more than words ever could. It reveals your inner state, your confidence, your readiness to face whatever comes with grace. When your movement is fluid, calm, and intentional, you become a force of nature, one that cannot be ignored or easily swayed. So cultivate the habit of moving like water in all areas of your life. Walk with purpose, speak with clarity, stand with grace, and pause with intention. This practice will transform how you carry yourself, how others perceive you, and how you engage with the world. Your power will no longer be loud or frantic, but deep, silent, and unstoppable. Flow like water, and your presence will ripple through every space you enter. The eyes are the window to the soul, and in the silent language of power they speak more than any words could. The way you use your gaze reveals your inner state, your intentions, and your presence. When you master the art of observing rather than seeking, you move from a place of strength rather than neediness. A predator's eyes do not search for approval or validation. Instead, they quietly take in the world with calm awareness and deep understanding. This is the essence of powerful eye contact. Most people use their eyes to seek connection, approval, or reassurance. Their gaze often wanders or flickers with uncertainty, betraying their inner doubts. A pawn's eyes are restless, always searching, always hoping for something external to confirm their worth. This restlessness weakens presence because it signals attachment and distraction. When your eyes wander, it means your mind wanders, and your power diminishes. To cultivate the eyes of the observer is to cultivate a mind that is fully present. It is to see others without judgment, without clinging, without the need to control. It is to observe with the clarity of a calm lake, reflecting the world without distortion. When you look at others with this kind of presence, you show respect, not by demanding attention, but by offering your full awareness. This kind of gaze disarms tension, invites trust, and commands silent respect. Holding eye contact is a subtle art. It is not about staring or challenging, but about meeting the other person's presence with balanced calmness. When you maintain eye contact just long enough, you communicate that you are engaged, grounded, and unshakable. yet you also know when to release your gaze to avoid pressure or discomfort. This rhythm of connection creates a dance of presence where both parties feel seen and safe. The predator's gaze is steady but gentle. It does not intimidate, but it does not flinch either. It is like the sun that warms without burning, the river that flows without rushing. This balance of intensity and softness is what draws others in without pushing them away. When you develop this quality in your eyes, you create an invisible field of power that shapes your interactions and influences the energy in the room. This way of seeing others also requires humility and compassion. The eyes of the observer do not judge or categorize. They see the fullness of a person's being, including their strengths, vulnerabilities, and stories. When you look with this depth, you cultivate empathy and wisdom, which are true forms of power. These qualities allow you to connect deeply with others while remaining centered in yourself. Using your eyes with intention is a practice that can be refined in everyday life. Start by simply becoming aware of where your gaze rests. Notice if it wanders or if it clings to distractions. Practice bringing your attention back to the present moment through your eyes. Let your gaze soften and widen to take in more without fixation. Over time, this habit trains your mind to be more alert, more calm, and more present. When you speak, your eyes become even more important. They become the silent voice that supports your words. The confidence in your gaze reinforces your message, giving it weight and authenticity. When your eyes reflect clarity and calm, your words carry power beyond their meaning. This is why leaders and masters cultivate their eye contact carefully to embody authority and compassion simultaneously. It is also important to remember that powerful eye contact is not about dominating or controlling others. It is about holding your own presence with dignity and respect for the other person. The predator's gaze respects boundaries. It knows when to engage and when to withdraw. This wisdom prevents conflict and builds harmony, turning even tense situations into opportunities for connection. In moments of silence, your eyes still speak. They tell stories of your inner state, of your intentions and your readiness to act. When you cultivate a habit of mindful observation, your eyes become like a lighthouse, guiding your actions and your relationships. This silent language creates trust and influence without a single word being spoken. The habit of the observer's eyes invites you to become more aware of yourself and your environment. It teaches you to listen with your gaze, to understand before reacting, and to respond with calm clarity. This is the pathway to true presence, the presence that moves like a shadow, unseen but deeply felt. It is the silent power that radiates from within, grounding you firmly in your own being. So begin now to practice the eyes of the observer, to see without seeking to hold, without pushing to connect, without clinging. This habit will transform how you engage with others, how you carry yourself, and how you navigate the world. Your gaze will become a source of silent power and deep wisdom. Look deeply and your presence will shine through every encounter. Breathing is the foundation of life, the silent rhythm that connects body, mind, and spirit. When we breathe deeply from the belly rather than shallowly from the chest, we tap into a source of power that is quiet yet immense. This breath is the essence of presence, the anchor that grounds us in the moment, and the bridge that links our inner world with the outer. When you learn to breathe from the belly, you learn to embody calm strength and control in a way that speaks louder than words. Many people live with shallow chest breathing, unaware that this habit feeds anxiety, tension, and disconnection. When breath is shallow, the body is starved of oxygen and the mind becomes restless. The chest rises and falls quickly, but it never settles. The breath becomes fragmented, mirroring a fragmented state of being. This kind of breathing keeps the nervous system on high alert. To breathe from the belly is to invite the whole body into the flow of life. It is to let the breath expand downward into the lower abdomen, allowing the diaphragm to fully engage. This breath fills the body with fresh energy, calming the nervous system and quieting the mind. It is the breath of life that sustains not just the physical body, but the spirit as well. When you breathe this way, your presence deepens and your power becomes grounded in a quiet, steady way. The breath is also a teacher, showing us when we are out of alignment. When you notice your breath becoming shallow or irregular, it is a signal that your body or mind has lost balance. Becoming aware of the breath allows you to return to center, to realign your posture, and to release tension. The habit of returning to the belly breath throughout the day is a practice of self-mastery, reminding you to come home to yourself again and again. When you inhale deeply into the belly, you create space within your body, space that allows energy to flow freely without blockage. When you exhale fully, you release all that no longer serves you. Tension, stress, and fear flowing out like a river washing away debris. This cycle of full inhales and complete exhales creates a rhythm that harmonizes your entire being. Breathing becomes a dance of balance and renewal. Breathing from the belly also supports your movements, making them more fluid and powerful. The breath anchors your body in the present moment, allowing your actions to be deliberate and precise. When the breath flows smoothly, your muscles relax and your energy circulates without resistance. This ease in the body translates into confidence and grace in your body language, making your presence magnetic and strong. This breath practice is not difficult, but it requires attention and consistency. It is a habit that can be cultivated anytime, anywhere, simply by bringing your awareness to the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the rise and fall of your belly, the gentle expansion and contraction as you inhale and exhale. Let the breath be slow, deep, and even, like the tide coming in and going out. This natural rhythm soothes your nervous system, calms your mind, and restores your energy. In moments of stress or challenge, the belly breath becomes a powerful tool to regain control and composure. When you feel overwhelmed, take a pause and focus on breathing deeply into your lower abdomen. This simple act can shift your entire state from chaos to calm, from reaction to response. It is the breath of the warrior who does not fight out of anger, but stands grounded in quiet strength. The connection between breath and presence has been known by masters for centuries. It is the foundation of many meditative and martial practices, because it unites the physical and the spiritual. Through breath, the body becomes a vessel for awareness, and the mind becomes clear and focused. When breath flows freely, the body language naturally aligns with the truth of your being, projecting power without effort or strain. To cultivate this habit is to cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself. The breath invites you to slow down, to listen, and to be fully present in each moment. It teaches patience with your own process and compassion for the journey. You learn that power is not in force or volume, but in the silent, steady rhythm of life, moving through you with grace. So remember to breathe from your belly, to root your presence, and to awaken your power. This habit will transform your body, your mind, and your spirit, making your silent language of power resonate deeply within you. Entering a room is more than just crossing a threshold. It is an opportunity to declare your presence to the world and to shape the energy around you. When you walk into a space with intention, you do not allow the environment to pull or push you. Instead, you bring your own energy, your own calm, and your own power with you. This is the secret of radiating strength, silently, not by force but by quiet command. The moment before you speak, before you move, is when your true power begins to show. Many people rush into rooms like restless leaves blown by the wind. They react to what is happening around them, trying to blend in or be noticed. Their energy is scattered, their presence diluted. This kind of entrance signals uncertainty and lack of control. It invites others to shape the atmosphere rather than you shaping it. To move like a predator, you must learn to enter with the quiet confidence of one who knows their own value and purpose. Pause is the gateway to power. When you enter a room, take a moment to gather yourself, to center your breath and to feel your body. This brief stillness is not hesitation but preparation. It sends a message that you are fully present, grounded and aware. It allows you to read the room, to sense the energy and to choose your response consciously. This moment of pause is a sacred space where intention is born. The pause before action sharpens your awareness. It clears the noise of distraction and opens the door to clarity. When you take this moment, you do not rush into conversations or decisions, but enter them with full attention.